Cool. It's good to have you with us and for us to be with you. And I hope you're having a good time in the middle of this series. This is week, what, MJ?
11.
Week 11. I think this is the marathon. And I think we're going to be probably about week 18 by the time we finish this series, just because it's unravelling that way. Tonight we're going to speak to you about how do I. And what I mean by that is how do I, or you, so say this after me, how do I?
How do I?
Right, nice, good work, good work. So it's about how do I receive praise and affirmation and actually accept it. How many of you really love people giving you praise?
What about, I was going to say, what about the opposite? Because Susan knows how well I deal with that.
Right. Okay, so how many of you find it really hard to accept when someone says you're hot, you're amazing, you're intelligent, you're beautiful, yeah? All that sort of stuff. It's hard to take, isn't it? It's hard to really sort of take that. And see, one of the challenges is for our limiting belief, in the midst of this limiting belief series, is we are limited to what we believe about ourselves, no matter how hard someone tries to tell us that you are smart, you are beautiful, you are intelligent, you are funny, you know, you are special, you know, you are all those things. We find it really difficult at times to actually believe that that's even true. And so much so that we actually tell ourselves the actual opposite, that we're actually not that, don't we? I don't know about you, but somebody will say, oh, Phil, you're so great at doing this, and I go, and instantly in my mind I find a disqualifier. It's like within milliseconds, there's, yeah, but, comes in. Like, why can I not just say, yeah, cool, sweet, thanks for that. But there's a yeah, but that always comes in, like somehow we're programmed not to receive it or not to believe what people are actually saying. Now, people say things to us at times for all kinds of different reasons. Sometimes they say it to us because it's actually true. Sometimes they say it to us because they want something from you. Sometimes, you know, at whatever level you can interpret that at. Sometimes people say things to you because they're trying to get your favour. You know, they're trying to win you over as a friend. And sometimes they're just saying stuff because they're actually okay about who they are and they want you to be okay about who you are, and they want to just tell you. But for some reason that last one's a real challenge for us to kind of accept, that when someone is saying something to us about us, we seem to have this shield that just kind of instantly closes. It's like when the bank tries to get robbed and the window goes straight up. Have you ever tried that? I tried to rob a bank and the window goes up within milliseconds. Dan said, what? Yeah, I was needing some money and they said just go here and take it out, and I didn't know they meant the ATM. Why is it important? I want you to tell me, why is it important to hear words of affirmation and praise? Why is it important? Dan?
It's good for your self-esteem.
Good for your self-esteem. But instantly I block it. So, obviously it doesn't work.
Because it's sometimes a little bit in there when someone says something to you that's really nice. They say someone says you're cute. You might think that, nah, I'm not, but then again, like later on the day, that person's saying that to you and come in at some point. Just like
yeah, when I was in year 7, year 8, girls used to call me cute. What was the word I wanted to hear?
Hot.
Thank you. You know, what did cute mean?
Friend zone.
Thank you. And not only that, it was yeah, exactly, no action happening here, you know, it's always so keen, oh, sitting on my knee, oh damn it, can't do anything at this point. Well, maybe I can, because he's cute, you know. But it was like when somebody used to say to me he was cute. I don't want to be cute, I want to be hot. Why else do we need to hear it? Self-esteem, sometimes a little bit gets in, yeah? It's like Colgate. Mm-hmm.
confidence.
It gives you confidence? Yeah. Boys are answering. Where's all the girly words? Mm-hmm.
I was going to say Facebook.
But hang on.
CBTBH.
Yeah. You're so gorgeous, Tyler. You're so special. Got a good personality. Anyway, I don't quite know what you mean by Facebook.
Oh, well, you put anything you write on there, you're looking for someone to agree with you. Or
Sure. Okay, so a place you can put it. You're looking, you know, yeah.
I'm so ugly. No, you're not. You're beautiful.
Saying you're doing that way too well, brother. Just saying, you know, could be a hairdresser or something. But anyway, you know.
It's affirming.
It's affirming. What do you mean, Dan?
It's affirming.
I didn't need you to say the word again and have you on the end of it.
It's affirming to your character.
That's what?
Affirming to your character.
To your character. Where's your character sit?
Oh man, I
Good stuff.
On the poop.
On the what?
On the poop.
On the poof. Right, Jamie.
Does it affect your vibrations in there?
Ooh. Be quiet. Yeah.
I just love how she worded it. It's a vibration.
So, I understand, and this is Josh. Thank you again. And for those of you around the world, this is Josh.
Sometimes it helps you believe in yourself, and like it helps. It helps you believe in yourself when someone says something about you that you didn't believe. So it helps you do stuff that you weren't able to do because someone's encouraged you to do it.
Okay. Now we know that. Oh, Olivia. Yeah.
Might be their love language.
Might be their love language. What's their love language?
Receiving words of affirmation.
Ka-ching. Those of you who don't know 5 love languages, look it up. We'll do it another time. But it's powerful. If you don't understand people's love language, you might not understand how to do a relationship right. You know, but people have different types of love languages. So Beck said something there where she said somebody that says something affirming to you helps you do something you wouldn't normally do. Does that work?
No.
Sometimes. Depends on where you are. Are you waving at me, Nat? Yeah.
It also shows appreciation.
Appreciation? Yep. Okay. How important is it? No, don't just say really. Or really, really, really.
Extremely.
Okay, let's get the thesaurus out and run through the really words, you know.
It's a
Okay.
necessity.
It's a what?
It's a necessity.
It's a why? This is Josh, by the way. Well, this is Josh again, so he's coming out with some nugget right here. Yeah, okay.
For people, they need certain things to be met with in their life. Your whole 5 love languages covers all that. But if someone's necessities are being filled, however means, they will go through everything to get them.
Yes. I love what you said, Josh.
Yeah, the answer is yes. Yeah, but everyone heard the question, no one heard the answer, so I thought
It's a necessity. It absolutely is. Like air, like food, like love. Having people praise us or receiving words of affirmation is absolutely a necessity in our lives. Why then do we block it so damn much?
I don't know why.
If it's absolutely a necessity, if someone said to you, I'm not going to give you any food, you might have something to say about that. After a day, a week, a year, you might have something to say about that if you're still alive. Yeah.
once again, it meets our needs because you're denying it, and then they'll say it again, so you get to hear it again, regardless of whether you've denied it or not. You're still going out and looking for someone to affirm what they've already said.
Now, how much do we need?
Lots.
All of it.
Lots, all of it. Not a lot of girls speaking right now. I'm saying, yeah?
But if someone says too much affirming stuff to you, then you doubt it even more when they say one thing. Because it's like, oh, they're saying all these nice things to me, what do they want? Like, why are they giving me all these compliments?
Limiting belief right there. Okay, Lizzie.
It becomes like empty because they keep saying it, and so then you think, oh, well, do they really mean it because they keep saying it? It's like
Do we need to
too
keep
much.
hearing it?
It's too much. Yeah.
We might need to keep hearing it because you haven't believed it yet. MJ.
Wasn't it that, like, for every negative thing, you need 5 positive things?
In a relationship, that's pretty true. I think that bounced off Beck there at the same time too. She said the same sort of thing. Yeah, for every, if you're going to be critical of someone or criticise someone in some way, make sure you got 5 affirmations up your sleeve. Because what that does is that you can speak into someone's world a negative, a reflection that says, you know, when you do this, this isn't so cool. Make sure you've got 5 things that they're ready to sort of counter that with. It seems pretty needy, but that's exactly what happens. We hold heavy the negative statement, and we hold light the things that are good. So you need to add a few things in to really balance the scale up on that sort of stuff. So in a relationship in particular, ladies, if you're going to speak to your fella or your partner about something that is their behaviour or character issue, make sure you've got some great little affirmations going on there. For men, their ego is very, very important. Yeah.
Just with that, I know somebody who may not be the best at taking compliments, but yet can, without a doubt, like just like that, drop of a hat, can affirm, give somebody 5 positive things about themselves. Like, is that, I don't know, it's just weird.
Oh yeah, I know plenty of men like that in particular. They'll just serve people, they'll give, they're generous, and I've told some of our business partners at times to shut up while I affirm them. They're just going, oh no, it's not about me, yeah, it's about the kids, I say, deflector, and so they'll just say, yeah, no, she's right, I don't need to be affirmed. Oh really? Because you're that cool and you're that self-assured that you don't need to be affirmed. So it's like we all need it. Jamie, is that a hand?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm kind of like that, but if someone says nice things about me, I'll say it back to them, so it kind of like throws back onto them, and then I'll be like, yeah, okay, bye. Yeah,
so a great thing that Jamie does is, you tried this, you can test it on, all of you test it on her tonight, she'll be managing, so you say to Jamie, oh, Jamie, you're so awesome. She goes, no, you are. Instantaneous. It's called deflection. There are others in the room here that I will talk to and try to affirm. It's like Wonder Woman's bracelets. It ricochets within moments, back to, it's avoidance. And sometimes because that sense of intimacy or that sense of affirmation is so fearful and so uncertain that you actually don't know how to receive it. And if you did receive it, you think it's got a hook attached to it. You think it's got something that they want from you. There are people in this place, on this planet, that will affirm you just because you need it. And it's true. There's got no strings attached, there's no hook in it, there's nothing in it for them, it's just true. Our limiting belief says, no it ain't. You want something from me. And what happens is, I tried to figure out why we're like this. And I found another name. You know how I've introduced a couple of names to you? Well, there's a lady by the name of Laura Trice. She did some research around why people find it very difficult to receive or even ask someone, praise me. You know that, what's the movie when it says, and then? Is that, where's my car? Right, and it goes, and then, he goes, I'll take some chips, and then, it's like you get to a point where you think, enough already. When it's funny I want you to test this with someone. When someone praises you, just do this to them. Just go, oh yeah. And then give me some more of that. And it's interesting the response you'll get. Either somebody's saying it just off the top of their head to you, or they really mean it. I love it when people say to me, oh yeah, what else you got? Because I go, oh, good friend of ours, some of you know him, some of you don't. I just sent him a text the other week and I said to him, I like you. Him, right? That alone unsettled him. What did he send back? No?
What do you mean?
No. He sent back, his text back to me was, why? And I went, ka-ching! Now I got him. Do you want me to read you the text?
Yeah.
It's very funny. I'm not telling you who. Don't give it up! I know who it is too. I sent the text. I know who it is. No. Okay. So I said. So that was weird. We got some weird people here.
Delirious by Eddie Murphy. Look it up.
Delirious by Eddie Murphy, right. So I sent this to this. You're a sick man. You need some help. Hey? Yeah, we're still recording. So, while I find this text message, oh, here we go. Are we here? Are we here? Oh, I don't even know. Can't find him. Doesn't matter. So I sent him this text saying, well, where do I start? And, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't. He wasn't my Rhonda, you know. She was way back when I was in high school in year 9. Oh, I've got it. Found him. Oh, doesn't matter. Look, anyway, I can tell you pretty much. Huh? Example. So I said, oh, where do I start? You are the most magnificent man I have ever met. You are strong. You are sculptured. You are bronze. You are dependable. You are loyal. You are faithful. You are incredibly muscular and handsome. Should I go on? Yeah.
You weren't testing yourself, were you?
If you knew this guy, it was undoing. I knew it would be undoing him. Did it undo him, Chloe? Yeah, right. Yeah, so I said it to him, and I said to him, you know, I said, "Shall I go on?" And he goes, "No." You asked why, and I told you. His wife says to him, "Is Phil gay?" Little did he know that my other son, Daniel, and I were sitting there with the thesaurus going through what handsome meant. And so we just wrote all these words of what ace, handsome, lovely, beautiful, sculptured, tanned, dependable. We just wrote all this back to him. And then it kept going backwards and forwards. He goes, "You're freaking me out! Stop! Stop already!" And so the challenge for us is that we always want to stop. We want to block it. Because we get shy, we get embarrassed, we get afraid that if I was to actually tell somebody that I needed to hear something a certain way, what would that make us feel?
Needy.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable, needy, absolutely. But we need it. It's a necessity, isn't it? We actually need to hear these words. We actually need to be praised. Our limiting belief says, boom, instantly somebody starts to praise us, we shut it off. Laura discovered that there's this thing called a core wound. And she has done some research around this, that somewhere in your upbringing, there was a core wound that shifted you from receiving an affirmation word of praise, something like that, and actually receiving and believing it. There was a core wound that actually skewed you just slightly off. So it's just like a ricochet. It's called a core wound. You can look it up on the internet. It's quite fascinating. And what happens is, in your journey, now some people, it's their dad didn't tell them that they loved them, they weren't around, the mum was nasty, or it could have been like Martin, with his dad was abuser, you know, things like that. It's just, what happens is there's this core wound, and all of a sudden, when you are heading this way and you're okay and doing okay with life, this thing kicks you just off to the side, and as you get further down the track, you don't believe what you're hearing. The longer you're alive, and the less that you hear that, the more you believe that you're not what you think you should be. Did that make sense? Did you stay with me on that one? So, you end up here, something ricochets, you're heading in this pathway, just 1 degree is all it takes, core wound, boom. And over a period of time, you end up in a totally different place, thinking about yourself, believing things about yourself, or not believing things about yourself. But we actually need to come back to affirming one another, to caring for one another and being truthful with one another, but we don't. Why don't we?
Sorry?
Oh, that's a
Why don't
question.
we? Usually why is, yeah. Why don't we?
I don't know what.
Why don't you affirm people or believe it when they say it to you?
You don't think you're worth it?
Dan?
We're all broken in some way.
Yeah? Yeah, we're all wounded for sure.
You think they might try to hurt you more?
Yeah, they build you up, and they.
Wow. That escalated quickly. You're right though. Because of what? Core wound.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
just like saying you build friendships and then all of a sudden
Yep.
something happens and then bang,
Yep.
you lose that friend. So it's
Self-doubt.
Yeah, all those things. The thing is that if I give you information about me, data about me, I've seen this, Olivia, when you speak to me, I need you to tell me that I'm a good-looking guy, I'm a nice guy, I'm an honest guy, I'm a trustworthy, I'm dependable, I'm handsome, I've got a sculpted body.
it rhymes.
You can lie a little.
Was that
a little
keen?
lie. You can, and I need you to tell me that. Most times, like once a day, it'd be okay. How do you feel now?
Put it on.
Put upon. Hit on. No, the challenge is that if I had to tell her all of a sudden, I could become insecure, vulnerable, and you might misuse that. You might neglect me. You might reject me. And so fear stops us. But we need to hear these things. You need to hear it. You need to feel it and embrace it. And yet we fight it at every single turn. Because in our mind, we don't trust. I will trust an enemy before I trust a friend to speak honestly to me. What the hell is that kind of thinking?
Because the enemy will tell the truth.
Sometimes they do.
Friends should tell the truth.
Yeah, but they don't want to.
They don't want to hurt you. There's this. How many of you ride bikes? Pushies, yeah?
Not often.
Right? When you go attempt something, you hit a curb, you might do a jump, something like that, and you come down on the rim of your bike. It's not knackered, but it's just kind of wobbly. It just kind of buckles the wheel. You take it to the bike shop. The bike shop looks at it and will assess whether they can they call it truing. They re-true the spokes to bring it back into alignment. It's quite a fascinating process because right now I've got a quality $150 Huffy, that is a rad bike, man, so look at. But I've noticed a couple of things after I've been neglecting it and riding it. There's kind of a wobble in the bearings in the front. And I think one day I'm just going to eat it on this thing. It's all going to go. And I can hear the crank when I'm pedaling. And I think it's going to be both. I'm sure it's going to be both. The feet are going to go out. I'm going to nosedive this thing. But anyway, they take the wheel and they bring it back into alignment by just tweaking the spokes in all different directions and tightening it up. They can actually re-true the wheel. And when they bring the wheel back into alignment, the bike actually performs at its optimum. And I'm just wondering if that's maybe something for you this week, is maybe you need truing. Maybe your entire life just needs a little bit of a tweak just to bring it back into line so that you can actually have better performance. You can actually do life better, see life better, and just be in your world in a different way in this coming week. Don't try it for the next year, but for the next couple of days or the next week. Just see if someone could realign some of the things that have got out of alignment in your world and re-true who you are. And so I just want to encourage you to be honest about praising someone. I want you to be really honest, but the challenge isn't just about saying it. The limiting belief is the receiving of it. We don't believe it. We don't want to accept it, so we reject it because we just don't think it can be true. Believe it to be true. If your enemy tells you you're awesome, believe it. Say, yeah, you're not up yourself. I'm not talking about walking around all nancy-pantsy, and sort of like think, oh, yeah, I'm a friggin' legend. We're talking about you being honest that you are an incredible person. You have intelligence. You are good looking. You've got a great personality. Whatever the issue is, yeah?
No, I'm just thanking you.
Nice. You're smart about something. You're good at other things. I was telling a story about, I was having a chat with Daniel last night, and from a very early age, the boy could figure out wiring and IKEA furniture. From the earliest of ages. He could, hey Josh, you could just like Meccano set these things together. And I'm going, what the, here's the instruction. I don't need it. He could just figure stuff out. He'd crawl in behind the telly and he'd be putting wires in and out of the telly to get the surround sound working. It was crazy stuff. Like, I couldn't figure it out. He's just gone, red goes in red. Duh. You know?
I'd like to point out that no male thinks they need instructions.
We don't. It's in our head.
I'm here to say,
You've just opened up a
I'm here to
huge can of
defend all
worms.
males. I'm okay. I can read an instruction, and I love Tom Tom. You know, he can tell me where to go all the time. So, here's the challenge. This week, or even in your pack, as you go to your pack tonight, or with your friends this week, or if you've got a lover or a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, or a really good friend, I want you to take a risk. I want you to take a risk. I want you to tell them this week what you need to hear and how you need to hear it. So, for the ones in relationships, that should be just so easy to do. It is, yeah. So, I had a friend of mine, she actually brings her husband at home, she brings him into the lounge room, sits him down, and she says to him, now, I want you to thank me for all the amazing things I've done today. So he has to sit there, and I love it. He loves it. He looks forward to it. Now, what he does is he actually thinks up different ways of saying, you know, I'm so grateful that you could stay home and look after the kids because I don't have to, you know, and then I can go out and be the breadwinner and you can make sure our home is just so magnificent, and I just love that. And now she also did some part-time work. And just amazing how you manage the house and you can still go out and do part-time work and the house is looking amazing. You are an incredibly crafted woman. You're an amazing woman. I'm so glad that I married you. I did all right, you know. I stepped up. I traded up. It's all good. So I want to challenge you this week. Tell someone that you care about what you need to hear from them. Go ahead, chicken. You know, go ahead and ask someone. Don't allow your limiting belief to actually stop you from receiving something that's actually true about you. Second thing is this. If you know something about someone that is great, that you think they need to hear it, do not assume that they don't need to hear it. I was telling a story. Is Jen here? She might be out somewhere. I was telling a story. I was riding the lake 2 weeks ago, and as I was riding around the lake, a lady was coming the other way on her pushy, and you know, you get about like 3 seconds. You know, you get about 3 seconds to see one another. And as I observed her coming towards me, because I don't ride like this, I kind of ride, you know, kind of checking stuff out, you know, I'm pretty speedy. And as I'm riding along, she passes me the other way, and I said, "Good morning!" You know, almost scared her off her bike, you know. "Hey, whack!" You know, how you doing? She going the other way, a little bottom smack, you know, as you're going past. Anyway, I went round, I did 6 laps, yeah. I did about 6 laps, and I don't know how many she had set out to do, but she did 6 laps as well, so it might have been a world record for her. But she was going around, and the second time she came round, I said, "Hey, good to see you again, keep going," you know, and so I ran around again, you know, and as I came round the third time, she's going, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm doing good," you know, I'm riding around again. I'm like, "This is spastic," you know. Now, I don't know. 6 times, after the sixth time we went round, I said, "I'm done." She goes, "I'm knackered," you know. And then, so I might have given her a freaking coronary, I don't know. But the reality was, she could have got off with a, you know, deep rip, you know. So, I don't know. But the fact was, we never know in any given moment, in any given day, who needs to hear a word of affirmation. There are countless young people and people that live in this world that have gone out to commit suicide, and within a moment their world was changed because somebody smiled at them, somebody said something good to them, somebody did something for them. Jamie?
It feels more important when a stranger says something nice to you.
Yeah.
If they don't know you, they don't know what you've been through or anything. If they just go, "Oh, you look really pretty today," it's just like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do. I know Jamie dolled up last week and she came into the house and went, "Whoa, it's a girl," you know? Like, it was I know she is one. But it was like, I said, you look totally delicious, you know. And that's my word, so no pinching it, you know. And she goes, yeah, I'm kind of strutting it. I said, what's the occasion? She goes, I just wanted to be girly. And I said, that is amazing. You look absolutely fantastic. What woman doesn't like to hear that? You know, just saying, I don't care. But the reality is this. This week, I want to challenge you. Tell someone what words you need to hear specifically. What words you need to hear that just kind of make you feel inside, you know, make you feel good. That's going to be a tough one because that's about being vulnerable and needy. The second one is, this week, just affirm as many people as you can. If you get this little inclination, and it's not always words, sometimes it's actions. I thought about you. Another friend of mine, last story, a friend of mine was his business, he'd split his business, and I'd had a pretty tough day, you know, and I thought, I just want to go home and have a cordial, you know, and get a glass of milk, whatever. And so I was at the supermarket, and I just happened to walk past one of these big M&M things, you know, that was there, and it's a blue M&M with a saxophone, and you push the button and it makes this horrendous noise, you know, and it has M&Ms in it, and I thought, oh, that'd be cool for him because he's not had a good day, you know. And I kept pushing the button on the and they had about 3 or 4 M&Ms, so I was playing them all in the supermarket. It was so cool, you know, and I was annoying everyone, which was great. And then I went past the card section, and they had these cards with all these mustaches on it, you know, and it said, it's time to try something new, a different mustache. Now, he already has a goatee, and I got him this card full of mustaches, and it said, it's time to try something new. Hope you have a great birthday. Crossed out the word birth, and put new day. And just inside wrote another nice little love note about his business and where he's going and just some exciting times. And I said, every time you feel down, I want you to press the button on the M&M. So I rang him later in the day and he goes, hey, mate, listen, you know, he told me he played it about 10 times that day, you know. He says, it was in my car because I was having a bad day, and then I stuck it on my desk, and he said, I carry it with this thing, stupid thing. He says, I carry it with me everywhere I go. So I want to encourage you, if you feel something, sense something, then do it. Just do it this week because the world's lacking. So our limiting belief this week is just believe. When somebody's saying something to you, believe it. The second thing is, believe it for someone else. So we're going to go into our packs and